Aloha, everybody.
Aloha.
I'm Paulina.
I'm Mike.
And we're OffGridHawaii. Yeah, so it's been a while since we made a video. I think we're getting into this groove where we're making one a month.
Yeah.
So bear with us. It's kind of been a busy time in our lives, and video making is not top priority, but we're definitely making this one right now, as you can see. First, we would like to update you guys on our lives.
Well, Paulina's been working a lot. And I've been working quite a bit too. I've been getting a lot of messages from you guys just on random things that I can do for you guys, like take care of your trees, clear land, go look at properties. So I really appreciate that.
So we finally have the time now. I have the day off, surprise day off, to make this video. And this one has been on the Patreon to-do list for a while, but finally it got 2 votes, so it won. So this is why we're making it.
So this video is gonna be a tour / update of our fruit orchard.
Yeah, and what we mean by fruit orchard really is basically all of the land that we are currently living in, because all of it is covered in fruit trees. Quick history of us living here. We started living here about the spring of 2016, and then kind of coming on and off island, living here, working the land, planting stuff. But more recently, we have been here for about a whole year and a half without leaving.
Yeah, so pretty much full-time now, but we started this project about 3 years ago, a little less.
Just a little overview of the property. We're located in Upper Puna, and it's a 3-acre lot. We have cleared about 2.5 of those acres.
More like 2.
About 2 acres, and planted on about 1.5 of the acres.
No, it's planted maybe 2.
Okay.
And it's pretty packed. It's really full of trees.
Mm-hmm.
We've struggled to find new spots to plant trees, so it's pretty tight.
So the land originally had been planted with macadamia nut trees from the previous owners. They were all spaced out orchard style, about 20 feet apart, all in the beginning of the property in the front. And then the rest of it was kind of overgrown with all the invasive trees, a lot of ivy, a lot of cecropias and such. But also we do have a lot of ohia trees growing here, and a lot of uluhe fern. I don't know how to say that properly. Uluhe ferns, and a lot of weeds. But yeah, now it's a little bit more tame. We're trying to keep the jungle down and letting the fruit trees flourish.
In this, we're going to show you our orchard, and we're going to share with you some tips and things, and show you how big some of the stuff got. We'll tell you how old they are. You know, maybe even some things like what kind of spacing we use for different types of trees. Mm-hmm. And should be fun and pretty informative, so join us. So behind me is one of our biggest mac nut trees, and really the only one that's been producing. We said we had 30, and really only one of them has given us quite a bit of nuts. Last year we got about 100, and this year it's been even more than that.
Ay, ay, ay! Maracas! This is Rattle Pods, aka Crotalaria. And it's a nitrogen fixing shrub. Here we have a tiny mangosteen. It's gonna be another 15 years until it's grown into a real tree. So we're patient. And it's not dead, so that's good. So all along the right side border of the property, like the first acre, we planted a row of mostly Rollinia, but in between those where the Rollinias didn't survive when we initially planted them, we put some mountain apples. These are seedlings, and Michael loves mountain apples, and I think I love them now too, even though I haven't had one in a long time. These were started by Michael and then transferred and taken really good care of and they're doing so much better than our other seedlings that we had bought from the plant sale that we didn't really start off very well. So we're really happy about these guys because they look awesome. They're almost my height. These ones were planted this year on the ground and they're already looking really good. So now we are getting into pigeon pea season. So right here, these peas are pigeon peas. We planted these from seed directly into the ground in between all the trees to be kind of like a mulch crop because they are nitrogen fixing shrubs. So we'll cut them down and kind of just use them for mulch and to help fertilize the soil. But you can actually eat the peas on it. These ones are not quite ripe yet, so they're still kind of small, so we wouldn't really eat these. They'll turn into like regular peas and then eventually they'll dry and then they'll turn into like harder beans that you can cook like dal. They taste really good, but we're not gonna pick them just yet. Look. So if you ever see this weed growing in your yard, you can pick it. I don't know what it's called, but if you smell the roots, it smells just like root beer. Does anybody know what this is called? Yeah, only the roots. They smell like cinnamon toothpaste or root beer. It's really weird. So this is one of our Rolinias from Rolinia Row. We have like 20 trees along this side that we started from seed. We planted them in the spring of 2016 and they didn't do so well in the beginning because we barely gave them anything to work with so that they could actually thrive. But then once we learned about how to properly take care of fruit trees, they're starting to do really well and they're actually growing. They all look pretty good. We have much bigger ones, which we started a lot better. Those are going to be further back in the property and we'll show you those also. But these ones are looking really good. So all it takes is just, you know, fertilizing them and giving them proper amounts of love and a lot of water. They like water. But also, if you would look this way over here, this is a sad little papaya. So we had this idea to plant a bunch of papaya all over the place. These ones are planted like kind of far away from where we normally walk through here. They're kind of neglected. So if you're gonna plant papayas, definitely plant them where you're gonna be able to nurture them a lot because they need a lot of fertilizer and a lot of care. If you neglect them, they're just not gonna thrive, like this one and a bunch of other ones that we're probably just gonna cut down and just focus on the ones that are thriving.
Wow, this thing looks great, guys. This I started in a pot 3 years ago. Probably planted it 4 months after I started in a pot. It was growing really rapidly and put it in the ground. It just took off. It's been doing really good. Later on, we found out that avocados should be grafted to ensure that you're getting a good quality avocado. So there's a 50-50 chance that this avocado might not taste good. It might be better than the seed I planted. It might be worse. We never know. With avocados, it's pretty much a gamble. But it's in the ground and we're just gonna wait until it fruits, taste it. If it's good, then we'll keep it. If it's bad, I might still keep it because it looks so beautiful. It's really important to start pruning your trees early because you don't want a tree to grow 30 feet tall and then you cut off a big, large leader this big. I'd rather just cut something this big and promote it to grow out versus up. That way we can reach them when we have to pick them and not have to climb really high up into a tree.
Right here we have this beautiful Allu tree. It is one of 3 that we have. This one is the Ma'afala variety. It's doing really, really good. We love it. If you guys watched our last video about our property tour with our trees and stuff, I think it was called like before and after, we filmed this tree and it was a lot smaller and that was not too long ago. And now it's grown considerably larger. It's like almost, what is that, 10 feet? 9 feet or so? 10. Yeah, it's just so perfect. It's so like round and nice. It's like, you know how you want your trees to look, round and bushy, meaty. But anyway, we have 3 varieties of ulu. This one is planted closest to our home, and then we have 2 more that are not too far away, kind of like on the opposite sides of the acres. So we expect this tree to get about 30 feet wide, so we have left some room around it for it to grow. And not only is it going to provide a lot of delicious ulu for us in the future, not too distant future, but it's also going to provide a bit of privacy from our neighbors, which are right behind the tree over there. So we planted 3 varieties of ulu in order to extend our seasons of being able to harvest ulu. So some of them will be like earlier, and some of them will fruit later, so we'll have ulu for a longer period of time. And we love ulu, it's so good. This specific tree we bought from the Maku farmers market from the guy that sells all the little grafted trees in the back. So he's really good. Check him out. And then the other ulu trees we bought from the OffGridHawaii sale in the spring. So this ulu, the ma'afala that we have, was air layered, so it is expected to produce fruit a little bit faster than our other 2 varieties, which are root cuttings. So hopefully next year we'll get it. This year we kind of just missed the season and it's still not big enough probably, but next year we really hope that we will get some ulu from this tree, and then the other ones, I don't know when we'll get them, someday. We haven't had perennial lima beans in a while, but we got a little harvest here. We're gonna have these for dinner, and these are all part of our garden that's right next to the house. If you guys want to see a little bit more in depth of what we have growing in the garden, you can check out our last video that was about what food we grow, and it's going to talk all about that. Ooh, starfruit. So right now our starfruit tree is going off and it's producing a lot of starfruit that we don't know what to do with. So when somebody tells you you only need 1 starfruit tree in your property, listen to them, because that's all you really need. We have 2 starfruits. This one is our oldest one. We planted this one first. This is the second time that it's fruiting, and it's growing really well. It's beautiful. It's like kind of like right near our house. We get to look at it and admire it, and it looks so pretty. And it's like has these beautiful little ornaments on it, so we're using this as our Christmas tree for the holiday season. So we like to stay on top of picking the fruit, not when it's already completely yellow because the bugs get to it quickly. So we pick it like a little bit when it's still kind of green and then let it ripen over there near our house so we can kind of keep an eye on it. And we'll eat it when it's a little bit more yellow than this, and it's really good, really juicy and not too sweet, which is really good for us right now. Yeah, completely yellow and almost orange, that's when it's the best. Yeah, so this variety here is a grafted one. It's the Kijang variety. And then the other one that we have over there is the B10. The B10 did not fruit right now. I don't know why, but it's okay because this is all we need right now. Thank you. Kijang.
So this one here is our Emperor Lychee. It really has been growing like a champ. Every time we walk by it, it looks like it's getting bigger. Probably because it's in a really good spot. We have, I think, good soil here, good drainage. Good soil, I mean, better than what the rest of the property has, but it's really not that great. And also gets pretty good amount of sun. It has a good path right here. Sun all day, and it's looking really good. So we're coming up on the time where it might fruit. So next year in the spring, we're coming up on that. It's only a couple months away. It should start flowering, and then by late summer we'll hopefully get fruit. If not, we'll have to wait a whole nother year. But it's pretty big now, and it is a air layered variety, so I'm thinking pretty soon we'll get some lychee, but it is possible that we might not. And the Emperor Lychee got its name from the Chinese emperor. He liked them so much that they call them Emperor Lychee. My friend Rain at Miami Fruit told me that they're really good, so I can't wait.
What you looking at?
Mango.
Jaboticaba. Ice cream banana. Mysore banana. Apple banana. Coconut. Papaya. Lychee. Oh, yeah. Pomelo, durian. This is our white sapote. So we planted 3 of them because when we first got here, we were devastated to learn that mangoes don't do well here. So we have 1 mango, but because mangoes don't do well here, we decided to, instead of mangoes, we would just plant more white sapote. White sapote and mangoes are not the same thing. They're really different, but the white sapote tastes really, really good too. It kind of has the flavor profile of like the cross between like a pear and a mango and a persimmon. It's really, really, really delicious. So we planted it, and this one has some fruits on it and flowers that are hopefully gonna turn into delicious fruit for us in the not too far future. So we have 3 trees planted, 2 different varieties. This one's looking great. The other 2 I haven't looked at yet, but I think they're doing good. Yeah, so we're definitely very hopeful for these guys. And if you are trying to plant mangoes on the rainy east side of Hawaii, just be prepared to be disappointed that they won't fruit for you regularly or consistently or at all because of all the rain. It's not good for the flowers. They're gonna fall off and it won't fruit. So instead of mangoes, white sapote.
So behind me is the first thing we ever planted on this property, and it's doing great. I've taken keikis from here too and planted them throughout the property, and this is our Namwah banana.
Yeah, this Namwah came from Marvin, the banana guy.
There's 2 varieties of Namwah. One we got from Marvin, and the other one we got from our friend Rob. And they are both different. This one is a little bit bigger, and the racks seem to be bigger. The other one is smaller, like similar to apple bananas. But the flavor of these bananas I would describe really kind of like an apple, more like a Granny Smith, but really thick. It's very like a chewy banana.
It's been a while since I last had one, so I don't remember the flavor that well. I just know that it's really good. It's like, oh, Namwah is definitely better than any other banana.
Yeah. Our most current rack on here, which is our 3rd rack, is gonna weigh probably about 50 pounds, I'm guessing. The last one weighed about 30 pounds and it was 60 bananas. This one has over 100 bananas on it, and I'm just guessing it's gonna weigh like 50 pounds. So we obviously can't eat 50 pounds of bananas ourselves.
It's gonna be hard to take it down.
Because there's so many there, I'm planning on selling some, and I've recently talked to a local store, which is actually called Locavore, and they sell all local stuff around the island, mostly food items, but other stuff too. They're willing to take stuff that we have, and Namwah is a very popular variety, so they said no problem. As soon as it's almost ready to harvest, let them know and schedule to bring it down.
So this is one of our grafted avocado trees, one of 5 that we have planted here. This is the Malama Avocado, and if you guys have been following us from the beginning of our channel, you may recognize that this is the tree that we planted when we made our first video, which was called How to Plant a Fruit Tree. Yeah, so we go way back with this tree. We hold it very dearly in our hearts. It started off this whole journey of YouTube. But yeah, it's doing really well. We haven't been fertilizing it like as much as maybe we could have. So it's not that big looking, but it definitely looks really healthy. And we are happy with it. Yeah, so this tree will probably grow about 30 feet wide, so we gave it plenty of space all around. And it could get pretty tall, so we have to make sure to prune it to keep the height not so high for us to be able to reach the fruit and just harvest it when the fruit's still on the tree. We don't remember exactly when this is going to fruit, but we have 5 different trees that are going to fruit at like different times of the year. This is one of those times of the year, so that we hopefully will have avocados all throughout the year of really good quality avocados. And if you really love avocados, we definitely recommend that you plant different varieties that will fruit all throughout the year at different times of the year, so that you can actually eat avocados all year round and share them with your friends and family, and maybe even sell them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 figs. We're getting 8 figs on our little fig tree that has been struggling to grow in this weird environment it's not used to. But there's 2 like biggish looking figs and then some smaller ones. We actually have not gotten like a good fig out of this tree, and we really don't expect to. But I don't know, maybe these ones will be good. Last time it had a fig on it, I guess we forgot about it and then we didn't eat it. But when we have had figs or like a fig from this tree, they tend to be really watery and they don't taste as delicious as a fig should when it's growing in its ideal environment, which I think is more of a drier climate. But I heard that there was one of my coworkers told me that he knows a guy that lives somewhere in the east side of the island that had a fig tree, and he tasted one from there and it was really, really amazing. So there's some hope. I haven't really asked him too much about it, but we should, because I love figs and I really want this tree to flourish and give me all the figs, because figs are the best fruit in the whole entire world. Not star fruit. Figs are really good. Cacao. So this here is our pride and joy, what we consider our best looking tree that we have planted in the whole property. It has grown very big, as you can see.
Yeah. This one has received the award for best growing tree out of any tree that we've had. And it's only what? It's like a year old? No.
We planted it in the spring of 2017, and right now it is the winter of 2018. This tree is a jackfruit. It is called Pink Z-Man.
Yep. It's just maybe a really great spot that we found, and it really took off. The one in the front is half the size. And this one was even bigger, but I cut maybe like 3 or 4 feet off the top just to make it bush out a little bit. And it's working, it's bushing out a little bit better. I found out actually that jackfruit does fruit pretty quickly compared to other trees, so I don't think it's much longer for this guy. Probably get small ones at first, but eventually this thing will have 50-pound fruits, and we'll be harvesting them down with a pulley system.
I think I could hold it.
And climb? 50 pounds? I don't know.
You don't know me.
Oh yeah, she's been zipping.
And you've been doing your pull-ups.
Alright guys, so we obviously can't show you everything we're growing because there's way too much. We've only covered maybe a quarter. And we really didn't...
less than a quarter.
Yeah. We really didn't even want to do that many because we knew the video would be so long. But hopefully you guys appreciate seeing all the ones we did show.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm thinking we'll make a list of everything, all the trees that we have growing, like by name, so that you guys can get an idea of all the different varieties of trees that we have growing here and all the different fruit we can harvest.
One last thing I want to mention before the end of this video is that
Becky from yoga class just bought a new rice cooker.
That, and for the next video, I'm going to be planting a fruit orchard for my friend Rose. And I'd like you guys to comment anything you guys want to know. We're basically starting from scratch. She's in the process of getting it ripped now. We were having a little bit of trouble, but it's being straightened out as we speak. And hopefully by next week, I will be starting that project. And I do want to film at least the beginning. And if you guys really like that, I will probably continue to show you progress on that. And so comment below anything you want to know about the next video where I'm going to be planting Rose's orchard, any things you want me to cover. I'll be taking the most popular questions, and for the Patreons actually, anything you guys want to know, I will cover with no exception. Alright guys, so that's it. Comment below, whatever. Like this video if you liked it. And
so that's it for this video. If you guys think that we should do more of like a big, broader overview of what our property looks like and make a video about that, let us know. Because this one we kind of just focus on like certain trees. certain parts of it, but if you want kind of like a big overview of everything, we could maybe make that video too. But either way, have a great day.
Bye.